Welcome to Crushing Kayfabe. My name is Jason Garish. Thank you for tuning in. Got a lot to cover. Unfortunately, wasn't able to do a show last week, but we'll try to cram as much as possible. Because I didn't do a show last week, I'd like to cram in mostly Elimination Chamber and kind of give maybe a brief overview of what happened on SmackDown Raw, but focus on Elimination Chamber because I think that's where the majority of WrestleMania plot elements kind of come into play. And for some kind of obvious reasons, which most of you already know. But aside from the wrestling front, though, I just saw that they Raiders traded third round draft pick for Geno Smith from the from Seattle Seahawks. Kind of makes sense just because I know Pete Carroll obviously is familiar with him being from the Seahawks organization. Sorry. Do I think he's the answer? And no, I really don't. Sorry. But he could be a stable quarterback at that position, and he knows Carroll's system, so he might do okay, and he might be a good little piece of the little cog in the machinery. I don't think, though, he's the permanent answer as starting quarterback, though. And I don't know how well AOC is going to fit into the new system, so that's kind of to be seen. I mean, he made great strides, and he is a smart guy, so he should pick up on things pretty quickly. But like I said, we don't have a lot of time, so let's move on to Elimination Chamber WWE. Excuse me. Elimination Chamber in Toronto. First off, screw the Toronto natives that were booing the Star Spangled Banner. That was just low class. I don't care what your opinion is. You don't do that. So, if I have any Canadian listeners, sorry. But those people that are booing, screw you. That was completely disrespectful. And I agree with Pat McAfee, and I applaud him for calling them out. We had, let's see, Liv and Naomi were set to open up the Women's Elimination Chamber, which was the first match when Jade Cargill surprises everyone and comes back and beats the holy hell out of Naomi. It was kind of funny because Liv looked terrified during this whole segment, and which was kind of weird. But then Bianca's reaction during this was priceless. She did a tremendous job selling her reaction while in one of the chambers. Great job, great facial reaction, tremendous job. And then they had Naomi stretchered out. We had, let's see, and part of this had Liv pinning Bliss with an assist from Belair's ponytail, which was kind of cool. I love the way that Liv used Bianca's ponytail to drag her back into the cage at one point during this. Then to end it, we had Bianca pinning Liv, which is interesting. I wonder how. We know certain aspects of this are going to play out, obviously, but next we had the Tiffany and Trish versus Nia Jax and Candice LeRae, and I hate to admit this, but this match lost my interest. I hate to say that, because I like Tiffany, I like Trish. It just the ads at this point too got really annoying because there shouldn't be ads in a pay-per-view. I hate that, but I guess I got the ultra special super duper Peacock Premium for that to get rid of those. But I didn't even. Tiffany and Trish win. Like I said, that's how little it really fascinated me. Sami and KO next. Brutal match, of course, with KO winning, and then KO continuing with the beatdown after the match, and which resulted in RKO coming out to the ring and making his return. good times. RKO kind of, it's funny, Randy Orton kind of got overshadowed by a lot of things that kind of happened in this. But RKO having his revenge on Kevin Owens, which is cool, and making his return, which is absolutely pretty cool. And then after this, what do we have? The men's elimination chamber, which was pretty good. Usually these elimination chambers are good. We had some good spots. Thankfully, Seth didn't win this, but unfortunately prevented Punk from winning this also, which which is what it is, kind of thing. But eventually we had Cena getting the win, which I kind of sort of saw coming, but because we knew Cena was going to be involved somehow, obviously. Which kind of leads into the next segment, which obviously the entire internet wrestling community was abuzz with. Cena stays in the ring, which I thought was kind of odd at first, I guess, but I knew he'd be there to have Cody congratulate him, and Cody's coming out to give his answer to Rock, obviously. I did think it was kind of weird that Cena stayed in the ring for as long as he did. Typically a babyface is going to get out of the ring as soon as the other one, and lets the other babyface get their flowers. But that kind of raised some red flags right there. Did I think that they were going to turn Cena heel? Absolutely not. I did not think that, but I was getting some strong vibes right at that point. But like a lot of people have said, it does kind of make sense because Cody's, if you look at merch sales, Cena's age range is probably people in their 30s that grew up watching him and that were fans of his. The kids these days haven't really watched much of Cena, if any at all. So their Cena is kind of Cody Rhodes. So makes sense that they would do this now. Now people have said this, and because initially you didn't seem to be right for business, which a lot of business is based off of merch sales. To tell you the truth, a lot of booking is based off of merch sales. To tell you the truth, so to see this was initially a little odd, but like I say, when Rock came out to the ring, Cena did the now infamous hug where he did his heel face and the heel turn, taking out Cody, and then the eventual beatdown of Cody and the Idiot Nothing rapper, which looked like he took a hard shot at Cody, which I'm not sure how that all went down, if he told him to or not, but if not, I hope he gets what's coming to him too, but because that was, if he did actually connect, that was uncalled for, but like I said, I don't even know who the guy was, so I couldn't care less. But we had the shock, one of the most shocking heel turns since Hogan, to tell you the truth. Yeah, it has a lot of similarities in some ways, to the heel turn, I should say. The Hogan sign with the NWO. Both guys going towards the tail end of their career, kind of in some ways, some aspects that do kind of mirror each other in some ways, and it was kind of the later generations. Hogan was Cena, but still just as shocking. I'm not going to say I saw that 100% coming, but and the interesting thing, like not a lot of people mentioned, was the Rock doing the sling the throat motion, then doing the 2 fingers up, which previously done 3. So there's a lot of speculation that there's another kind of step in this whole plan, which I don't know if that is the final quote unquote winning of the belt or whatnot. That's yet to be seen. So is there another part of this plan? Is another person to turn, or does it kind of end at WrestleMania with Cena taking on Cody? I don't know. It's yet to be seen. Who's Cody going to have in his side? That's going to be interesting because obviously it's going to kind of be Cody versus Rock and Cena in a lot of ways. But all right, let's go over the Raw show. A little bit, kind of briefly glance over that. My computer decides to start cooperating here. Try and look over some things. We had Punk coming out fired up. Let's see. We had the real good promo, which Punk always delivers a promo. So calls out Cena, calls out Rock, calls out a bunch of people. After that, we had Otis versus Gunther. Kind of the match we expected. Otis had a. They both these guys can wrestle, and they had a pretty darn good match between the two. Obviously, this was a response to the previous week's match with Tozawa. Let's see, and after that, we had a Intercontinental Championship match with Ivy Niles and Lyra Valkyria. Sorry, with Lyra retaining. Let's see. The tag team match, War Raiders versus Creed Brothers, with the War Raiders retaining. Judgment Day targeting Braun a little bit more. Once and again, though, another shocker. Women's Championship, Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky. And Io Sky taking the belt here. Did not see this coming, but I'm hearing that there's some rumors that Rhea is going to have to take some time off, so not surprising that they would take the belt off her. Kind of surprising that it was Io Sky. I mean, just doesn't have the same build-up going into WrestleMania with Io Sky having the belt. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Kind of underwhelming. Sorry. But yeah, let's move on to SmackDown. I had Tiffany Stratton versus Piper Niven, with Stratton defeating Niven. After the match with this, Charlotte came out and kind of ambushed Stratton. I've heard some rumors too that there was a legit injury involved in this. I hope to God they're wrong, but after that we had the three-way between Morrissey, Machine Guns, Pretty Deadly, and Los Garzas with of all people, Pretty Deadly winning, which was kind of weird. We had a great segment. Bianca Belair coming out to the ring. Bianca calling out Naomi, and Naomi admitting to taking out Jade Cargill. The emotions in this match were emotions in this segment were great. Both Bianca and Naomi did their part really well in it. With Jade appearing at the end, just ton of emotion, great build, building up to something at WrestleMania. Now my question is, what do they do with the belt? Do they put the belt back, the tag team belt back on Jade? How does this all work? Maybe they said something at that point. I'm not sure, but it would be interesting to see that. And next we had Braun Strowman versus Solo Sikoa. Strowman won by DQ. Solo, they had to make Solo look strong in this. Solo has been just irrelevant for a while now, unfortunately. We had next up Chelsea Green versus Mia Chin for the belt. Nice little homage that Chelsea had with the shirt that was kind of a reference to Cactus Jack. Great little touch. But would you expect anything different from Chelsea Green? She does. She's one of the people that's thoroughly entertaining and I think underrated. So with Green defeating Mia Chin, which was really cool, but the ending, we saw, Ella Fire coming into the ring. So I guess she's joining forces with Chelsea Green and helping out her to win the match. So, interesting there. I think they fired the wrong girl there, but who's to say? We had Drew McIntyre versus Jimmy Uso with McIntyre finally getting a win and defeating Uso. The main event, we had LA Knight versus Shinsuke Nakamura. What can you say about this? We had Knight getting his belt back, which is cool. Hopefully they do something. I was kind of hoping they'd drag this out to WrestleMania, unless there's going to be another match with Shinsuke doing something. I liked Shinsuke with the belt. I really did. And I think it's much more interesting with Knight pursuing him. I think they could have dragged this out. And both of these guys could have had a WrestleMania moment. Kind of upset about that, but c'est la vie. Let's see. We did, let's see. I mean, that definitely was a great match, which is good because I want to see Knight be more involved in stuff like this, where he puts on shows, and he's got to have his moment where he really makes the people stand up if he ever wants to elevate to that next level. And looking at this, the only thing I missed basically was Cody Rhodes to John Cena delivering a great promo, real nice promo, kind of very typical of Cody Rhodes, very impassioned, and telling Cena if he wants some, come get some. So that's how we kind of end, tying everything in. I'm sure we'll see a lot more with Cena making some more appearances. I kind of thought Cena would be a quote-unquote full-time wrestler, so I thought you'd be seeing more of him showing up on Raw and or SmackDown, but that hasn't been the case so far, unfortunately. But he's doing a good job healing it up. So, and I got somebody calling me during a podcast. And even worse, it was a spam number, so even worse. But yeah, that's pretty much wraps things up. Thank you for tuning in. Check us out on crushingkayfabe.com. Crushing with a K. Check us on Patreon, where you can get all the shows ad-free, which is really cool, for just $1 a month, and keeps the lights on and helps out a tremendous amount. So check us out on patreon.com. Do a search for Crushing Kayfabe. And check out, if you're in the Western Tennessee area, if you're trying to check out Then and Now. It's a flea market. We have a booth there. There's a lot of great vendors there, and we sell some merch there, so check us out. No Crushing Kayfabe stuff there at the moment, but we do have a booth, and tell them that Crushing Kayfabe sent you, and prayers going out to Israel, to Ukraine, and thank you for tuning in, and God bless.